couple of things I want to talk about in this video. The first one is Phil Spencer saying that he doesn't want to copy Sony or Nintendo. He doesn't want to make the green version of someone else's blue. Essentially what that means is that, Zelda, Horizon Zero Dawn, he doesn't want his own Zelda. He doesn't want his own Horizon Zero Dawn because he thinks that people are going to see that as a clone of those games. But, there are no new genres. Everything's been done before, so there's nothing wrong with creating your own character, your own world, your own main protagonist that identifies with your platform, a series that can transfer from one generation to the next. You have an audience on the Xbox 360, they carry forward to the Xbox One for something like Master Chief. Why not create something new? Why not do something new? So I really don't see why it's a big deal for them to say that they don't want to copy, because I don't think anybody really sees it as copying. Nobody looks at Zelda and thinks they copied from another third-person action-adventure that may have came before it. Nobody really criticized Horizon for being a copy of other third-party action-adventure games or role-playing games that have come before it. You can create a game that's wholly original, a new character, a new world in a genre that's been done before, because like I said, most genres have been done before, so I really don't understand the need for them to consistently keep saying that they don't want to create something brand new, an action-adventure, a new story, a new character that identifies solely with Xbox. I don't get that, other than the fact that maybe they just don't feel like they can create that. And I don't think that's true either. I think they have enough talent to where they can create a brand new character in a brand new world. I don't think they want to take that risk. I think they're less risk averse than Sony and Nintendo. And I don't see why that is, because they've got more money, they can afford to take losses, and they can afford to take more risks than Sony is. But Sony took those risks. They created Ghost of Tsushima, they created Horizon Zero Dawn just last generation, 2 brand new IPs, and the audience carried forward from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5 for those games. So why can't Microsoft do that? There's nothing wrong with copying your competitor when they're doing something successful. So if Microsoft wants to be on stage winning those Game of the Year awards, I don't think they're going to do it with Sea of Thieves or Halo single player. I think they're going to have to create a brand new world, a brand new character, put that character in compelling situations, and then they can contribute to that space, to that genre. And look, Phil Spencer isn't going to say that he doesn't want his own Horizon Zero Dawn or his own Zelda. He's saying what has to be said, because Microsoft is all in on services and the type of games that have to be created to keep people engaged, to keep people subscribed, they believe aren't games like Horizon Zero Dawn, Ghost of Tsushima, or Legend of Zelda. I don't believe that. I don't think most gamers believe that. I think most gamers, especially gamers on the Xbox, want their own brand new centralized character around Xbox. It's been a long time since Marcus Phoenix has met Xbox. It's been a long time since Master Chief has met Xbox. It's time to create something new. And if Microsoft simply refuses to do that, and they think Gears, Forza, Halo, and some amalgamation or hybrid of a single player game, which really isn't deep, engaging, or engrossing at all, that just funnels you into co-op or multiplayer, is going to get it done, then it's not going to get it done. The same audience is going to stay on Xbox. It's not going to grow. That's why Microsoft isn't a global brand in terms of the Xbox and video games. There just are some genres that skip Xbox completely, like anime-style Japanese role-playing games. So they really need to start creating deep single-player games and at least a brand new character that identifies with Xbox, that fans can support and move from one generation to the next, from one system to the next for. The next thing we're going to talk about is Hades. It came out on all the platforms, in particular GamePass. This was a game that got supreme review scores. It's a roguelike game, and after playing it for a while, I'll give you my initial impression of it. I don't really enjoy this game, and it's not because it's not a good game. It's the high watermark in terms of the roguelike games. So the gameplay, the art style, just the way your character interacts in the world, all of that is just fantastic. The problem for me is I've played so many games like this in the past that I think I'm just burnt out But if you enjoy this style of game, if this is your genre, then this is the high watermark in terms of these type of games, and you're going to love it. I mean, the art style is fantastic. The use of color and the environments that you explore, I will say, are just absolutely exquisite. I'm just burnt out on these type of games. And it's interesting because, you know, when you think about review scores, this got some of the best review scores ever. It's always interesting where most people who agree that a game is great, sometimes I'll try it and it won't be for me. But I can still recognize how great it is in terms of the style of game it is and the genre, things like that. It's just something that I'm not into anymore because I've played so many games like this. But again, I can see people loving roguelike games, being into this, and it is a big get for Game Pass. So my opinion is that if you have Game Pass, why not try it out? This is what I've done here. This is running on the Xbox Series S. And again, I think the game is really good. It's just I am not really into doing the exploration and the combat. And I've played games like this so many times before that I think I'm just burnt out again on this. But again, great game, great get for Game Pass. And again, the ball's starting to roll with Game Pass here. So you got Hades, pretty soon Psychonauts 2, then Halo Infinite. So things are starting to look up from a first-party standpoint and from a third-party standpoint for Microsoft's service Game Pass. What do you think about that whole we're not going to copy Sony and Nintendo when it comes to first-party, single-player, narrative-driven games? I really don't think that you're copying anyone by creating a brand new experience, but Microsoft seems to be stuck on this idea that if they create something like a Horizon or like a Ghost of Tsushima, somehow that's copying and they want to be unique. I think they need to do that. I think they need to have a brand new character, a new world, and I think it's important because if they don't, I don't think they're going to grow the base of consumer beyond what they already have now. Also, let me know what you think about Hades in the comments section below. It's a big get for Game Pass, but it's just not for me. Probably because I've played a lot of games like this in the past. It's a detriment to being an old gamer, I guess. Thanks for watching the video. If you like what you saw, think about subscribing or at the very least hitting the like button. I'd appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next video.